high school gym at that. So, um, but yeah, you make your way in, and you can see Bella at the table that you met her for the first time. Um, you are surprised to see. Well, I mean, not surprised. I shouldn't say that. You also see that working alongside her mother is Garinda,
Okay.
and they are finishing up with an elven woman who is purchasing. It looks a uh, like a silvered uh, like a silver piece to affix to a heavy crossbow, maybe a sight or I don't know what the hell I want to call it, but some sort of component that would fit onto a a crossbow. And
Hmm.
as the elven woman pays for her purchase and departs, Belvoir looks around and she sees you, and her face splits into this wide, toothy grin as she greets you. It's like, "Oh, it's good to see you again. I wasn't expecting to see you again so soon. What can I help you with?"
I'll pull out the
Her,
notice and kind of hold it between two fingers and show it to her.
Ouch. She she sees the notice, and her this shadow kind of crosses her face as she takes in what's on there. She's like, "Wow, that didn't take you any time at all to answer that, did it?"
Mm.
her name is Grenda.
No, Grinda's the daughter. Bella Lurth is who he's talking to.
Grinda is the hunter that we rescued, or the scout that we rescued last session
Correct. Yes, yes, yes.
from the cockatrices.
So this is her mom,
Yeah.
Yes.
and she's the one who posted the notice.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Allegedly.
she's the broker. Yeah, she's the broker who's got the job that she had the oracle from post it. Uh, so she's like, she says, what does she say? Um, she says, yeah, she's like, I'm a little concerned. It's like, the Grey Dogs are like my best salvage crew, have been since they arrived in town last summer. And they've never been late on a job, ever. The entire time that they've done work for me, they have never been late. So I have a great deal of concern that something may have happened with them. And seeing as we've had too many crews being lost in the Mournland these days, I'm sure you can understand my concern. Uh, and she's like, she says, Callie. She actually looks at all of you and she says, Callie. She told me that she had high hopes for you lot. And seeing as what you did for my Garinda, and bringing her home for me, I'm inclined to believe that she's right. So I think you might be just the people to try and help her out if you're up for it.
I'll look at the rest of the party and kind of tilt my head to the side.
Mm.
Nod.
I will nod because I zoned out and forgot what we're doing.
It's okay.
Donnie is just kind of grinning and looking around.
Oh, I've missed the Donnie. I've missed the proper Donnie. Uh, um. So she looks over at Garinda. She's like, Garinda, man the table for a bit. And she gestures for you to follow her behind. So she's got her table, and the majority of her section is kind of like a booth, is kind of a curtained off
Office.
space.
Like
Okay,
an
so it's kind of
office
built.
or
Yeah, it's not quite an office, but so kind of imagine if you've ever been to a like a con or some sort of like a trade show or something like that,
hmm
where the different vendors and people that are showing stuff, they will build up their booth where it's got like walls, and then there might be a curtain that kind of kind of closes off a space that is inside their booth that they can kind of go into. And they might store stuff in there, or they might just have a little
yeah.
table so they can sit down when they have their lunch, that type of deal. So basically, she has Garun to go over and stay at the table. She gestures you to follow her into this space behind a curtain. And you follow her in, and it's not a huge space, but oddly enough, it's a space that is maybe about twice the size that it looks like from the outside. So it's got some sort of enchantment on it. So I mean, you would almost expected it to be kind of like this cramped space,
Yeah.
and it's actually surprisingly roomy enough for the five of you
It's the
plus
TARDIS.
her. Essentially, I mean, granted, it's not a place that you're going to have a ball or anything. It's not a ballroom, but it's enough space where you can kind of comfortably stand about without feeling kind of cramped. Um, and she goes and she sits at like a small table, and she goes over and she leans back in her chair and puts her feet up on the table. She says, look, here's what it is. It's like, I think Callie and the rest to find a marketplace in the ruins of a city in the Mornland called Calazart, and maybe about 80 miles into the Mornland from here. Um, I sent her there because I had always heard tale that Calazart's Fireweave Bazaar had the finest textiles in the whole nation. And if there's anything there, those would be worth a pretty penny or a nice little Galifar here and there. Um, and as she's kind of like saying that, she kind of like rubs her hands together, almost kind of like you can kind of picture, give me that money, Um, there's a certain degree of um, like greed. There's almost like this little greedy bent, like she wants them. She wants this money here. And she said they should have been back like 2 days ago. And the fact that they're not back is, I has me fearing the worst. She's like, they're my best scavengers. So I I need somebody to find them. I need somebody to bring them back.
hmm
Uh oh. Um she says, if you can find them safe and return them, I will give each of you 50 gold.
You heard her, team, dead or alive.
She says,
Okay.
she's like, if you can I'll give you 50 gold for the safe return of the crew. She said, or their gear if they're dead.
Killian will nod. I've got to step away for a minute, so y'all keep going.
So she's, and with, and so you're agreeing to the job and everything.
I
Yes.
guess so, yeah.
Okay. So she says, good, good, good. And so she sits back up and she says, all right, well, you probably got to want to know who you're looking for. She said, Callie, you already know. She says, the rest of the gray dogs are as follows. So she goes over and she rattles off a bunch of names, and she tells you exactly, who they are. The first one she says there's Durvo Tellith, who is a male dwarf, and she says that he's got really dark hair that he shaves on one side and brushes it to the left in a like a long braid. And she's like, he also has like a kind of like a long beard with a band of gold that he has knotted the beard together with. She talks about a female halfling by the name of Nella Hawthorne. She's like, oh, sweetest young lass. Very, very nice girl. I don't care much for her hair color. It's like, who has purple hair? I mean, come on. Let's be serious. She says, like, that Callie has also worked with Warforged by the name of Sprocket, who is, kind of like works very closely with Callie. Almost kind of taken on the role of almost a bodyguard to Callie. But she's, Delaware's got, nothing but respect for the Warforged. Is very impressed with his work.
What was the dwarf's name?
The dwarf's name was Durvo, Durvo, Tellis, Tellis. Okay, and actually, I can drop the rest of them in there.
Isn't Callie the woman we auditioned with?
Yes.
She led the audition.
She auditioned you guys, and then you met her again when you reached Salvation, like on your first day. You met her in the
Okay.
the Grey Beyond. Yeah, and she had told you that she led the Grey Dogs, and at that time they were getting ready to head into the Mornland for a job.
Gotcha.
So this is apparently the job that they were going for, this bracket. And she talks and she says, and the last of the group is a very handsome human male by the name of Tandal Khan. And she almost kind of like gets this like kind of twirling hair type thing going on. And she's talking about Tandal, who, when she describes him, let's say he looks like Fiyero from Wicked.
Did he have any clues? Like, what was their last job? Or did she already say that?
So she sent them into the Mornland. So she was their
yes.
broker for this job. So she sent them
they
to
were
look
after
for the... Exactly. She sent them to the Fireweave Bazaar to see what they could find, salvage any of the textiles that are rumored to be there. And she'll go over and she'll, say that... I should probably go over and say that she's fairly certain that the textiles would still be there, as she has not seen any textiles as yet come out of the Mornland. Okay, so she's heard rumors of this place, when the before the Mornland happened, before the morning happened, it was still Seer. The Fireweave Bazaar was, very well known for their textiles. So. And of course, people like to cash in on like tragedy. So she feels that if she's able to acquire some of these textiles, she can turn a very tidy profit. Okay, so yeah, so she finishes giving you the list, and she kind of like sits up and she says like, you have any questions?
Is there anybody else who's come back from there recently?
From the Fireweave Bazaar?
Yes.
No, she's like, so Bella Ward just kind of like, she looks at you and she almost kind of like does that like look around like, oh, is anybody listening? Never mind the fact that, you're kind of in a private area. She's like, as near as I can tell, nobody's even thought about taking a look there. Like I have not heard of anybody bringing anything back from there. So it's my hope that they'll be the first. And if they're not, well, then maybe you'll be the first. But either way, Either
Just
way,
so
I
I
hope
understand.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'm
Sorry. There's a place in the Mournland called the Fireweave Bazaar,
Yeah.
and she sent the Grey Dogs there to retrieve textiles?
Correct.
Okay. Is it abandoned?
Well, it's in the Mournland, so everything in the Mournland is like destroyed.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so if there's anything that's living there, it's most likely twisted and unnatural. You know, it's like it's like Fallout, right? Imagine Fallout. You know, where the entire world is this completely twisted, broken place, and everything is just a remnant of what it once was. You know, and anything that might still be there is not like it would have been. Okay. So, were there any other questions?
What does have you talked to the sheriff? What does she think of all this?
Sheriff's got enough to worry about trying to go keep this place in. You know, she doesn't get too involved with the crews. The crews try to keep themselves out of her way. Um, so yeah, it's not something that I would, think to concern Sheriff with.
So, are we the only people who know that they're missing at all?
Well, I mean, if you took that off the board, so you know, you've got the job if you're looking to take it.
We're gatekeeping this job.
Pretty much. But most like, well, the thing is, it's like, as she's kind of going over and saying that, you kind of flash back to the scene in the tavern after the notice was posted, how other people went over, looked at it, and it was kind of spread it around the rest of the bar, the people that were there. So it's a pretty good. You can be fairly certain that it's getting around. But
Like a
generally,
virus.
well, yeah, it's being kind of spread around that. Oh, okay. And the thing is, it's like, they're not the first crew to go missing. Obviously, the Shadows of Ruin, Wisps crew there, and whoever that other crew that made up the other creature, that was another crew, and you have no idea who that crew was. And speaking of which, I don't know if we had talked about it last time, but had you let the tavern guy know about the loss of Shadows of Ruin? I forget if we had talked about that.
The innkeeper?
Not the innkeeper. What the hell is it? Malu? What the hell's his name? Malu Chamaril. The at the Gray Bar at the Gray Beyond Tavern. The guy who's got the book with all the cruise names.
Yes. No, I don't think we talked to him.
Okay, so that might be something that you might want to do, is to let him know and that there's another crew that's missing too. So, but anyway, it comes down to, it's like, that crews have gone missing, and with the Gray Dogs going missing as well, that's another crew. So people might be starting to get like a little bit concerned. So, was there anything else?
I don't guess. Oh,
No, I guess not.
Okay. All right. So as you are finishing up and preparing to leave, behind you, the curtain to the space kind of flaps open, and you see Garunda come in, and she's carrying a small box in her hand, and she comes forward and she puts it on the table in front of her mother, and she says, it's like, Mom, it's like, I couldn't help but over here, what you were telling these guys. She's like, I just found these kind of like on the under the table up front, under the desk up front, and they're coated in dust. So I think they've been sitting there for a while. Maybe it might be useful to them. And Bella, she kind of like, let me see. And she goes over and she takes one of the bottles and she blows the dust off of it. And she like looks at it. And she's like, yeah, it might be of some use. She, oh crap, where the hell is it? It is, okay. So she holds up this small vial, and the contents of the vial that you can see through the glass, you can see is kind of like this yellowish liquid, and there is an eyeball floating in it.
Uh-huh.
And you look into the box, you kind of like, look at the contents of the box, and you see four more identical bottles, all with the same yellowish colored liquid and a float, like a small floating eyeball. And she's like, these have been around forever. She's like, you know what? You'd be doing me a favor to take them. She said they might be of some use to you. And she pushes the box towards you, and Garunda just kind of like looks up at you with a big smile, kind of like, look, I helped. And so she, the box is right there in front of you, and yeah, you can all take a bottle.
I'm sorry, what's in the bottle? I heard something about
Uh,
a yellow liquid and an eye.
an eyeball. Let me get the party sheet. So there are. Does any? I don't want to do like a true identification, but I might say if anybody has Arcana, you can do a quick check. I would say anything higher than a 12 will let you know what it is.
Uh,
A certain amount
I'm not
of
trained in it,
familiarity.
so. Is Karen?
Okay.
I don't know if I deserve that.
Karen is trained in it. Wow.
Okay. So both Donnie and Melody, like everybody else, Killian, Astrid, and Karen, they're just kind of like looking at it, like, what is this weird thing with this eyeball in it? And Donnie and Melody, both for whatever reason, kind of, it takes them both a couple of seconds to kind of recall having run across these before. Not that they've ever used them before, but they've heard of them and maybe have seen them in a shop or two somewhere else. But you recognize these as potions of clairvoyance. And I am going to drop that into here.
Interesting.
And there's 5 of them. So I don't know. How do I do it so that it goes? Oh, you guys have already taken
I'm
them.
dragging
Cool.
and dropping them.
Okay.
So I can only drop them onto characters that I'm controlling.
Obviously.
So, well, I mean, before I used to be able to drag it onto anybody, so I'm just dropping it on the portraits, like the ones
Yeah.
that would normally be in the top left of Fantasy Grounds.
Do Melody. Nope, that didn't work.
You might have to open their inventory and drag it into the inventory.
I stepped away to the bathroom. Who is giving us these?
Well, I'm just trying to get them off the party sheet. So if you go into the party sheet page, you can just grab the tab and drop it onto your sheet, and that'll deduct it from the total. Otherwise, I have to figure out how to get it to you guys.
Is it our new employer giving us them?
Yes.
It's Delaware. Yep. This is what was in the box. What's in the box?
It's a dick in a box. Oh, wait.
Okay, I put one on you, Donnie.
I think I got one.
there's still two, so I
I
don't.
didn't do it
No,
right.
I'll get it. I got you.
Got it.
All right, and then one for Melody. There you go. All right. So, Bellower, you guys take a tax, and she's like, he's like, I've never used these before, so, your guess is as good as mine as how they work out. But, welcome to them. Hopefully, it gives you some help.
Hmm.
She's like, well, if there's nothing else, she's like, I got to get back to work,
Thank you.
and
Does anybody else have a question?
I don't think so. I think we're pretty much prepped to go looking.
Well, we need to tell what's his name that there's another party missing.
Yeah.
So should we go there first?
Are we positive that the other creature that we killed, the sculpture, the corpse sculpture, was not this party?
Ooh.
I'm assuming so, but just make sure.
Ooh.
well, you were close enough to. I would probably say, yeah. I mean, you were close enough to go and ascertain that the one that looked like a scorpion was Wist and her crew. All right, so you were able to identify the various parts of the Voltron creature.
Hmm.
Yeah, the corpse of Voltron. The other one, you didn't know anybody, but
Okay.
you would have been just as close to go over it, and you would have noticed Callie, had she been part of it. So you're certain that it was not her.
Okay.
Um, so you are right now at the salvage market, which is there, and the Gray Beyond is up here, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So you're not too far from Gray Beyond, so you can check in there first before you head out, if you'd like.
Do we need to do, like, does anyone need to buy anything, or?
I don't think so.
Any arrows?
So where's the egg right now?
The two
Uh,
eggs.
Probably in your bag.
Is it comfy?
I forget if we determined that the well was viable.
I
If
think
it
we
had it.
said that those two were.
Yeah, we candled them.
That's right. Oh, so there was two. I
Yeah.
can't remember how many we signed. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna show you the map real quick of.
What if I got like a dual baby carrier, like one of those ones that you put on that carries the baby like on your chest or whatever? But I got two of them, so I just have these two eggs on my chest.
Hilarious.
Might actually
Hilarious.
stay home.
All right. God. All right. So number 12 is where the salvage market is now. Number 3 is the Gray Beyond. Okay. And going into the Mornwind, you're going to be going this way. So you could potentially just hit the Gray Beyond and then just head out to the rail. Continue to, I know it's not north,
It's east.
to the east. Thank you.
You should, like, rotate that
Oh,
and then
but then
re-upload it.
yeah, but then you're not going to know what the thing is. I've actually kind of considered going over and maybe put something together in Alchemist, but haven't had a opportunity yet. So
Slacker.
shut up. Don't start with me. Okay. So you want to head over to Grey Beyond first?
Yeah.
Okay. So you leave Bellalure and Garunda behind, kind of pushing your way through the crowd that has actually started to grow in size within the salvage market, and make your way onto Main Street and heading up towards First Avenue and the Great Beyond. And you get to the tavern and enter and find it much busier than it was before, though still not a raucous crowd, as you would expect there to be, like, maybe later in the evening. But more people just kind of like, having conversations. You do hear the occasional whisper of like, oh, another one. Can't believe they're dropping like flies, and you get the sense that, yeah, they're definitely talking about the fact that another crew's gone missing. And you can see that Malu Chamorro is busy behind the bar, and he has just poured a mug of ale for one of the patrons, who grabs it and heads back to his table. Malu grabs a rag and starts to kind of wipe the surface of the bar as you approach, and looks up at you as you reach the bar, and he's like, "Morning to you lot. How's it going? What can I do for you?"
Does anyone else want to talk?
I can try to talk.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, good morning to you as well. I actually don't have good news this morning, and I apologize for that.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. What can I
The
help you?
Gray dogs have gone missing near the Scarlet Bazaar. Is that what it's called?
The
Fireweave.
Fireweave Bazaar.
Fireweave.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
IHOP? Is that what you said?
I said fire.
Oh, fire!
I
think
also
you
heard
had that.
IHOP.
Me too.
Oh, what the hell was it? It was I think it was talking about the actual Calazart, the city, Calazart Fireweave Bazaar. So Marilla is just kind of like, oh yeah, it's like I heard that. It's like, oh, that is troubling. It's like, Cowie's a good tracker and a good scout. It's troubling. It's something I don't want to think if anything could have potentially happened to her. But it's like, yeah, it's like I heard about Bella Lore's posting this morning from Orlok. She's like, yeah, that's disturbing. But I'm sure they'll be found. It's probably too about them too. Callie knows what she's doing.
Out of all the groups that have been going missing recently, have any of them come back?
Uh,
I hate to trouble you.
and he just kind of like he kind of thinks for a moment. He's like, "Well, to be perfectly honest, like, no, not really. It's like, most of them tend to be like, if they go missing, they go missing. Just like, and sometimes there might be something that turns up, that kind of confirms that, they're no longer with us. They've gone on to do it. What is her issue? Dolor. I forget the name of the. I think it's Dolor. I gotta look that up. The underworld. Have moved on, but generally it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but often the ones that go missing, that we never learn what their fate was. And it's like, frankly, we've had a few too many crews go missing of late, which is unfortunate. He says, counting the gray dogs, he's like, and he like grabs his book and he kind of like leafs through it, and he's like counting the gray dogs. It's like, that brings the total up to about 6 full crews that have gone missing. in the last 6
Excellent.
months.
Are they all the same size? Just 5 people?
Well, all the crews are 5 people.
Mm,
And were they all going to the same place?
No, I mean, it's like they all would have. Yeah, I mean, if you want to consider Warnland being the same place, but generally, it's like, they've entered Warnland, they are doing so with a specific task in mind. So their broker has a particular task set out for them that they want done by the crew. So they've got a particular site. That's why it's like, when the jobs are posted, most people tend to take the notice with them before reporting to the broker, so that they're the only one that is on task for that job. So yeah.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought there. But he's like, but no, it's like, generally it's like everybody's doing like one job.
I see.
Is there anything else?
What do you know about the Scarlet Weave? Fireweave.
The fireweed? Well, it's like I not. To be perfectly honest, not much. I was never one to travel to Seer. Too stuffy, those lot. When they weren't stuffy, they were just kind of like very head in the clouds, very, very odd people. So I didn't have much, cause to go there. After the morning, though, yeah, no, can't say that I know too much about it.
Mhm.
The only thing I've ever heard was that some of the nicer clothes that the uppities like to wear tends to come from material that's made from there.
Mhm.
But aside from that, don't know much about it.
Is it really hot?
He just kind of like looks at, like, kind of cocks his head, like, an odd question. He's like, I don't know. Like I said, Sonny, never been there. And this is above the table. By the way, you weren't here to ask about the gray dogs or tell him about the gray dogs.
No,
I understand.
we're here about the
Wait,
other party.
what?
The 2 teams that were turned into the
Oh! Yeah, we need
maybe
to talk
ask them about
that.
the Dolgrams as well.
or not.
Yes. I can't tell who's talking to me directly or not. Sorry.
Oh, I was.
Okay, yes. Let's do that.
Go right ahead.
We ran across something really, really vile in the desert, in the Mournlands.
At that, Malou looks kind of interested. He kind of like leans forward. He's like, "Oh, do tell."
Hmm. There were, what are those little goblins called?
Dolgrim.
Dolgrim. There were several Dolgrim, and it seemed that they were experimenting on some other party members. Not from ours, but potentially from the missing groups.
Like hearing that, he's like, he kind of like, it's almost like kind of rocked back on his heels, just like, holy shit. He's like, Dolgrams, huh? He's like, I've heard about those little blighters. Little fuckers are always messing with shit. Like, those are the 4-arm fuckers, right? Yeah, I know they are. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh?
Yeah, they had 4 arms. He's like, experimenting though. That doesn't really sound like something that they usually do. What were they doing? What do you mean experimenting?
If you can imagine some sick, twisted
Imagine if you will.
aristocrats' art pieces made out of, well, people.
Human centipede, but
Uh,
scorpions.
Ugh.
And he's like, I'm sorry. Say that again.
No,
No.
don't say it again, please. You heard him the first time. Let's not pretend.
And it's like,
What? No.
so I will go over that you describe like what you saw, and as you described very graphically the m- the monstrosity that the Dogrims had crafted out of the bodies of the missing crew members, Muru's face just like pales, like to the point where his blonde hair and mutton chop beard look like 10 shades darker than his skin color. He is like completely blanched. He like kind of like runs his hand across his face like in disgust, shock, horror, like just completely appalled by everything that you're describing. He's like, by the host. It's like the poor people. Do you know who they were? Which of the crews? Who were they?
Did we get an identification? I say to
We
the
knew
to the
one was
others.
Wist or Wrist
With
from her team.
and so you're saying this to Malur?
Oh no,
I guess so.
I was just reminding
No.
Holly.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you tell him, you drop Wisdom. He's like, and he is like he's like, by the host. It's like the shadows of ruin. Damn it, to Kyber. And he like pulls out the book, and he like goes past a few pages, and he stops, and you can see at the top of the page like the name Shadows of Ruin with Wisps' name at the top as the leader of the group, and you recognize the name of the other crew as told to you by, I forget who told you. Oh, actually, I think he did. And like the crew, and he grabs a pen, uh, a pot of ink and a quill, and he, with a very sullen look on his face, goes about the task of, you know, uh, drawing a line through each of the names and writing deceased, uh, deceased, and the date that he was, as of, 22, Nin, whatever the hell the damn, yeah, Nim, 22nd of Nim, 99K, 998YK, until he gets to the end. He's like, was there anybody else?
No, think there was.
Yeah, there was a
There was,
second monster.
Oh,
any idea who that crew was?
I
Please
don't
no.
recall.
don't tell me it's the Grey Dogs.
Well, we haven't gone searching for the Grey Dogs yet.
So
Um,
Astrid might be able to describe who, like what comprised of the other creature.
Oh, okay. So she just kind of, begins describing. Yeah, and actually, I mean, between all of you, you guys kind of like, piece together some description of the other crew that made up the second creature, and he continues to like leaf through the book, and he kind of like he settles on like one entry, but then he flips like another couple of pages or so, finds like another entry, and he kind of like compares the list based on the descriptions that you're giving. And he finally settles on one of the crews over the other, because everything that you described kind of matched that crew the closest. And he begins to make marks through that crew's name as well. Let's see. Okay. And you. Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, he does the same thing. He goes over and crosses out the names of that crew, and closes the book with a kind of a very sad, disappointed look on his face. It's like, we've lost too many. Makes me wonder if this is even worth doing. And with a heavy sigh, he takes the book and he puts it back on in its space on the bar. And he says, "Well, thank you for letting me know. It's like if hopefully Callie and her crew are safe and can return to us. Because I have a feeling I'm gonna be sending Callie out to audition some more crews, such as yourself. Is there anything else? There's nothing else. I need to get back to work."
If no more people are dead, stop bugging me.
Pretty much.
No, not from me.
I can't think of anything.
Okay. All right. So with that, you can depart if you guys need to do any shopping to resupply.
I don't think I need anything. Unless there's a locksmith.
Well, you can check with the provisioner to see if they have like a key.
I guess I'll do that. You have a key?
Yeah. So you go over to the provisioner and ask about a key, and he shows you to a box that is literally just full of all sorts of keys. Some brass, some iron. There's even like kind of a well-made key with kind of like a very ornate head and a very simple shaft with the teeth and everything. That you are almost 100% certain is like actual silver. And he goes over and he shows you the box, with not too much interest. He says, whatever you want. It's like it's a copper each.
How many are in the box?
It's a box that is maybe 9 by 12 by like 5 inches deep, and it is full.
Okay. And you said the one that sticks out is the silver one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that one.
Okay. So yeah, he says it's like a copper, and you can give him a copper piece for it. He's like, really? That's all you're taking? Like, ooh.
Well, okay. I mean, I'll take more. Are there any other keys that look interesting or anything? Or is it just
No,
the silver one?
it was just that one silver key. Yeah, and I should that you're almost 100% certain that it's like real silver, but it's very tarnished, but tarnished in a way that that fake silver probably would not tarnish in this way. So this is why you kind of like you saw that, like you saw like this little glint of silver on like one end of it, and it's like, okay, that's a little bit too shiny on that part to be just some alloy.
Right.
But the majority of the key is very very tarnished. But you have a feeling that if you were to shine this up, spent a little time kind of like buffing it, be a pretty damn good looking key.
Right. I guess I will. So I'll take that, and I'll take like, um. See, that's 1 cup. I guess I'll take 10 keys in total.
Okay.
And I guess if there's not really anything specific about the other keys, then I guess it doesn't matter which ones I take.
Be right back.
No, it doesn't. And, and I should also mention that like majority of the there, most of them are in decent shape. You do not get any sense that they are necessarily what they would necessarily be for. Is it for a chest? No idea. If it's it for a door, no idea. For a vault, no idea.
Right.
They're just this wild variety of different keys, different shapes, different styles. Like I said, some of them are just a brass key, some of them are iron, or some other metal. Just this one key that looks like it could be silver, and probably a good 75% of the keys that are in this box are bent slightly, like to the point where maybe they'd be useful, maybe not. Maybe you could work at it to make them useful again, but that's why they're being sold for a copper. They are not the best quality of materials, except for that silver key. So you're still getting the 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the silver key will definitely be one of them.
Yeah. All right. So he's so you can just give him like a that'll work. Key. Piece each. Okay. So he takes your money and he just kind of like smirks just a little bit. He's like, "Woohoo! My big sale of the day. Thanks for your patronage."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So you can leave. Anybody need to get anything else? You guys want to head into?
Yeah, I think we can head on.
Okay.
Because that was the guy's first big sale of the day. His 10 copper worth of keys.
Yeah, that's why I was being kind of sarcastic there.
Actually,
So what?
is there anyone selling healing potions? Maybe we could each pick up one.
Good to me.
That would
Oh,
be
the apothecary,
probably.
which is number 14. So that's down in the lower northwest, or the upper northwest. It's right next to Zodor's place.
That was northwest, yeah.
That's what I said.
Okay. So yeah, I think it would be handy that now that we can afford to get a couple, for everyone to pick up one.
I like that idea.
All right, so you
Okay.
guys gonna go buy
Okay.
healing potions?
Yeah.
All right. So who all's buying one?
Me.
Me too.
All right.
Killian and Karen.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and buy one as well.
Okay. So I will just. I think I could probably just share this with everybody. You should be able to just drag and drop it onto your inventory.
Yeah. And they're 50.
Yep. Let me know when you all got one.
Yep.
How do we drag and drop?
All right, so in the top left corner of that thingamajiggy, just take that and drag it onto your inventory.
Oh. Cool.
I am not seeing it.
Okay, I got it.
I didn't do that right. I had 85.
What happened, Holly?
I'm not seeing it.
So do you see the entry feeling? It should have come up on your.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, so just that little dragon icon in the top left, just drag that right onto your sheet. There you go.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so that's everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and just deduct 50 gold from your totals there, and you are good.
A healing potion is 50 gold.
Yep.
Yep.
That's why early on it's good to hoard them. Later on, you
Alright.
can pop them like, breath mints.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. All right. So after your visit with the apothecary, is anybody need
Sorry, what?
does anybody need anything else before you leave?
I don't think so.
Did everybody go to
Yes.
the bathroom before you left?
Yes.
Okay. So you you leave the apothecary. It is now probably pushing.
10 o'clock.
Probably about 10. Yeah, I was going to say probably about 10:30. And you leave the apothecary and begin to follow the lightning rail stones heading towards the east. And it takes you probably about 30 minutes to reach the border of the outer border of the mist that surrounds the entirety of the ruined nation of Seir, what is known as the Mornland. As before, you get the you can see that there's like lightning that kind of flashes in the clouds of the gray mist that rise high up into the sky. And then occasionally you see like these faces that kind of emerge and then just kind of melt. And, like almost to the point where kind of like cloud watching where it's like, oh, that cloud looks like this, and then you look at it again and it's already changed. It's very much like that. Like they kind of emerge and then like almost immediately melt. Right. And it's like this constant like merging of these faces that disappear. And with a bit of trepidation and nerve, approach the mist and you step within. And as you cross into the mists, this supernatural chill reaches deep inside you. And the previously bright sun of a cloudless day, mostly cloudless day, because that storm is still ways off, kind of filters down to kind of this twilight landscape that stretches out as far as your eye can see. And you now need to start making your way towards the fiery bazaar. So you kind of travel through the mist for a little bit and then emerge into the Mornland proper. And yeah, like I said, it's kind of like this twilight landscape. And as before, you can see like all around you. It looks like the ground is like dried and cracked, and like great stones kind of like tossed as if like somebody had built like a block tower and then knocked it over, and the blocks just fell where they lay. You see the ruins of some buildings in the distance, and you can see like far to your right a vast field of what looks like bodies just kind of lying on the ground. Um, Oddly enough, you do not notice any sense of like kind of carrion birds that would be kind of hovering above a field of battle. And and like I said, this is way off. It's very far off in the direction that you're traveling. Okay, so you are going to continue on your trek, and we are going to start with rolls here. I would like you all to roll we're going to do a group survival check. But everybody except Astrid do it at disadvantage.
Why?
Well, because so Astrid is not getting the advantage because she is
So long.
scout. She's a scout, so she's got a little bit more experience, kind of like forging through kind of these unknown areas.
Wow.
The rest of you do not. So, but between Astrid and Melody, you are able to guide the group in a very straight path for the next couple of hours till probably about 12:30, when you pause to have some lunch. Okay. And after lunch, and I think I'm going to do the spans of like 2 hours at a time. So you can make another survival check.
Wow. That is awful.
Oh, I forgot to roll a disadvantage.
Okay,
Three.
take the 2. All right, so think. All right, so go. All right, so again, Astrid and Donnie work together in tandem this time.
It was mostly Astrid, let's be honest.
Stupid headphones turned on. I think it's because it's not playing any music or any sound or something like that. It thinks it's not being used, which I don't understand because I'm using it to talk. Anywho, so Astrid and Donnie managed to find the path for the next couple of hours. All right, and let's do another one. All right, so you guys are good. Again. All right, so, and I'm gonna say, was it typically was it 24 miles that you can travel during a day?
I calculated how much or the movement speed per minute as 300 for most people, and that turned out to be 3.4 miles per hour.
Okay, so
So for like a 12-hour day, you just multiply.
All right, so 36. All right, so we'll say it was, yeah, so let's say about 36. Okay, 36 miles. So, and she said that it was like 8 miles within the Mornland, so it's probably going to take about 3.5 days to get there.
Yeah.
No, actually 2.5. 2.5. That's not bad. Okay, so I'm going to say we'll do one more check. And that'll be the end of the first day.
Astrid coming in clutch.
Okay, well, Astrid came in clutch, but so because this is a group, it's like what I had read was like half or more, half.
Oh.
If half or more fail, it fails. Half or more succeed, it
Oh,
succeeds.
so like it's a skill challenge, kind of like a 4th edition.
Exactly.
So many successes before so many fails.
Bingo. So okay, so I'm gonna make the check. Ask each one of them. Okay, so I need you all to roll a d20. No modifiers, just a d20. Okay. All right. So which one's which?
The first one
Roll.
was Killian.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. So, Charon. You can't shake the feeling that something is stalking you. Until you leave the Mournland, you have an advantage on
Advantage on what?
initiative.
Advantage or disadvantage?
Advantage,
Okay.
because you're paranoid right now, so
Okay.
you're kind of very quick on the trigger. And for Killian, you a part of this last little bit kind of brought you through kind of like a bit of a swampy area. And as you were kind of crossing a section, there was like this log that kind of spanned kind of like a wider part of this bog. As you were kind of going across it, you slipped and you fell and kind of got stuck in there. And when the rest of them managed to pull you out, you lost a single item of your equipment. So you
Uh-oh.
can choose what you lost.
Oh.
Let's make it something impactful. I'm gonna lose my signet ring.
Oh. Oh.
That's disappointing. Okay. All right. So Killian was. All right. So with that happening, you are realizing that it's actually probably gotten a bit too dark to continue on. So you manage to find a kind of a sheltered area where you're able to make up a camp for the night and rest. Signet ring. Okay. So that was your first day. Okay. So you rest, wake up the following day, and prepare to continue on your way. So we will do the checks again.
Just a d20?
No. This is going to be a full
Survival?
survival with a disadvantage. Astrid. Astrid's lost her edge.
What did I drink last night?
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, try as Melody might, she can't see way. and
Is
wait.
Karen gonna roll? Karen did roll. Never mind.
Yeah.
Someone's missing though.
Yeah, somebody is missing. Oh, Killian. No, Killian's right there. No, no, they're all there. Astrid
Sorry.
just looks different. All right, so that was your second fail. Roll a d20 again.
Ugh.
Hmm.
Wah, wah.
Okay.
Hey, I rolled. Did it work?
No, it didn't. Weird. All right, so everybody else is fine except for Killian. Okay. Oh, this sucks. All right, Killian. As you were you're kind of walking along with the group, and your head is kind of like down because you're sulking about the loss of your ring. As you are kind of going on, and I'm going to say that you are probably at the rear of the line at this point. You're a little bit bummed out, and your head is kind of hanging down, and you see movement out of the corner of your eye. And you look over, and you notice that there's kind of like a puddle of water that is maybe about 6 feet to your left. And it kind of like ripples just a little bit, which kind of draws your attention, and you go towards it and you look in. And as you glance into the pool, you see that it's actually not a pool of water, it's a pool of warped glass.
Oh.
And you notice that within this glass you see a reflection of yourself, only it's not you. It's you as a corpse.
Fun.
And until you finish a long rest, should you need to be healed, you will receive the minimum effect possible.
Wow.
So if it's a d4 plus 4, you'd only get 5. You wouldn't roll, it would just be a 1 plus whatever the modifier is. Okay. But
That's
it's
fucked
probably
up.
not going to bother you. Yeah, it's probably not going to bother you too much. Okay. All right. So we'll do our second check. All right. Nice.
We're missing one. Melanie.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I was going to use natural. That's 2 successes.
You keep cutting
But
out. You were gonna what?
I was going to use Astrid's natural 20 as 2 successes, but seeing as everybody else failed, it doesn't matter. So, roll a d20 again. Try to roll better, Lee. 18. Melody's good. Karen's good.
Oh, just a d20?
Just a d20. Yeah.
Oh, Jordan, I see what you're saying. Mine freaked out too.
Okay. You guys are all. Yeah. This went by without incident, so you're good. Okay. All right, we'll do one more survival check.
Thanks.
No.
Wow.
Sorry. How
Oh,
many
that's
drops?
painful.
How many dropped 20s have we had?
Oh my god! Yeah, that's
I've
right. Get him
noticed
out of
at
the way
least
now.
3.
Oh,
All
definitely
right.
more than 3 at this point.
All right. So this was definitely a fail. So I'm gonna have everybody again. Hopefully it doesn't do anything too bad to you. Okay. So. All right. So Melody and Donnie. All right, Melody. Yeah.
I need
So
to increase my corruption.
as you guys are walking along, you notice that on the lower edge of Melody, what is Melody wearing for armor? Is it like kind of
Uh,
like a coat or?
she's wearing a chain shirt. It's
Okay,
smoldering chain shirt armor.
okay. So you notice that on the edges of Melody's armor, you are noticing like it's this kind of this greenish yellow brown type moss or fungus. You can't really tell. And as and you're thinking it's like, oh, okay, it's just kind of maybe the damp that we, maybe something got on her from walking through the fog or whatever. Um, but as anybody who's kind of like looked at her for the couple of hours that you've been traveling, you've noticed that this mossy fungus has spread. Like it's now kind of like on the sides of her pants. It's kind of wrapped across like the exposed part of the shirt that's under her chainmail. And it's quite obviously has increased in size. From what you've seen. Um, doesn't seem to be doing anything. It's just continuing to kind of spread just a little bit. And Donnie, uh, oh, this is great. For the last 2 hours, you have been kind of scratching at the back of one hand and then the other. And then, your chest starts to itch a little bit. And you're kind of scratching at that. You go back to scratching a hand and you look down and like it's like patches of dried skin. And as you scratch, the skin just kind of flakes away. And you like kind of like run your hand through your hair, kind of like, oh my god, what's going on? And you come away and your hand is full of your hair.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
And you like reach back and like where you just touched, there is a probably coin size patch where you're just touching scalp. And you touch the other side and your hand comes away with more hair.
Well, that's not good.
And
Probably.
as you are bringing this to every attention, you look past everybody and you can see kind of emerging from a cave in front of you what looks to be the ruins of a city. And you'd been, this is not your first foray in Mournland. But comparing it to, say, the ruined building where you met Garunda, this city seems to be fairly intact. Like, there's towering tenements that reach for the heavens. But they're pockmarked with, like, impact craters and fungal. That's what you can see from here. As you get a little bit closer, you can see that what you mistook for kind of like just a sprawl of a city is actually like walls that surround a city. And you can see that the walls, they're open. Like you can see into the city beyond these walls. And you can see that there's like a kind of like a riot of color, but drab, like more color than you've seen really present in the amount of times that you've been into the Mournwind. And you kind of realize that somehow you must have inadvertently taken a shortcut. Because before you stands the city, the ruined city of Calazar.
Okay.
And it is, it's maybe about a mile and a half, 2 miles away from you. So, continuing.
I think so.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna check something real fast. Hold on, just bear with me. Oh, that's items. I don't want items. Images. There we go. There it is. Okay.
I can't wait for y'all to hear this creepy music.
Creepy music.
All right.
Kinda.
So you continue to approach.
You cut out.
Oh, I swear to God, I got to get a new headset.
Yes, you do.
You continue towards the walls of the city, and as you get closer, you can see that that riot of color that you have seen is actually the tents and banners of a kind of like this sprawling marketplace. While the color is faded, it's still pretty much there, but the canopied roof covers the main market's thoroughfare. That there is just junk and debris that is just strewn throughout it, and you can see within this area that there are a variety of windowed shop fronts that are covered in grime. It looks like very much kind of like almost like an outdoor mall.
What?
An outdoor mall.
Okay.
Like a shopping plaza, that type of thing. And it just kind of goes in all different directions. Excuse me. As you get close, kind of like step through the walls, and you're kind of taking in a little bit more of the this marketplace. You can see that the canopy overhead is it's faded and it's torn, and there's like shafts of twilight light that kind of slant across the marketplace, spreading like this dim light that allows you to see like a little bit further in. You can't see it fully, but you can definitely see a bit more than you normally would if it had been like full moon or something. The closer you have gotten to this area, the stronger smell of kind of turned up earth, like that smell of freshly turned soil and dirt, cut with the scent of rotten decay. And there is a very unsettling noise as like the wind kind of breezes, this breeze kind of like wafts through the area, and you hear this like this creaking noise that just kind of echoes throughout the space as the structure kind of shifts every so slightly with breeze. And let's see here. You kind of come to the kind of the entrance of the the marketplace itself, and you see on a like a placard or a board uh, a map, and it is very grimy, and across the top of it is emblazoned in kind of flourishing letters that have faded with time and exposure to the elements, announcing that this is, in fact, the Fireweave Bazaar. And it's, much of the surface of it has kind of rotted away, but some of the store names are still identifiable. But you also notice that someone has scratched crosses over certain shops on the map. I had actually seen. Oh, here it is. This is what I was looking for. Okay, so it's not quite the pretty flourish that I described, but my mind has got a better.
It's got what?
Okay, a better flourish, like the Fireweave are with kind of an flourish, a flourished script. Not the Times New Roman that this looks to be. um, and yeah,
And we're in the plaza?
so you are actually at this moment right here. That's where the board is.
Okay.
All right. So, what do you want to do?
I say we go check out this dragon's hoard that's got the question mark on it. Because... Yes, please.
All right, you want to go check out the Dragon's Hoard?
Yeah.
Well, can I make a check of some sort to figure out where the smell is coming from?
You yeah, you can. You can kind of do like a perception or possibly.
Musk.
Ooh, there's a message station?
So it's
Oh,
odd.
look
It's
at
odd,
them.
and it's kind of odd in this space as you like it. Put your nose to the ear, trying to catch as much of this scent to see if you can ascertain where it's coming from or what it is even. It's like you almost seem to get it, like oh, it's coming this way, and then the breeze shifts, and then it's like oh no, it's actually coming from here, and then it shifts again, and like it's every time you think you got it, the breeze changes and completely throws you off, and after a little bit, you just give up. Like it's just everywhere.
And what does it smell like again?
It smells like imagine a freshly dug grave, and the smell of rot
Wow.
and decay. Yeah, I think like a fresh turned grave is probably the most apropos
Okay.
description of it. It's not overwhelming, but it's pervasive. It's there. It's not something you can ignore. Okay, so what were we doing?
The dragon thingy?
Okay.
I wonder if Carpet Realm might have something I can patch my hair with.
Yes. Yes. Perhaps they do.
All right, so you make your way in. Oh, excuse me. Make your way into the marketplace, passing the first marked off stall on your right. Heading to eastward. And you find that this store right here, like you can't even see through the windows. Like the window is just caked in grime. But you do notice that the door to the place is ajar, slightly open, and you're able to enter very easily. Um, you're entering the store, right?
Yes.
I don't want to get ahead of you guys. Okay, so you enter the store, and you're kind of taken a little bit by surprise. This crowded store contains a pristine collection of lanterns, decorative figurines, and ornamental glass sculptures
Ornamental
that
what?
are ornamental glass sculptures.
Okay.
They are like completely clean, not damaged, not dirty. They look almost as if they polished 10 minutes ago. Um, Oddly enough, though, everything else in this place is covered in a thick layer of dust.
Interesting. I think Karen will. Let me check her spell sheet. Karen is going to take a little bit of time to do a detect magic ritual.
What'd you say, Jordan?
I said I bet we could get Grey Dog's commission if we found textiles here.
I was thinking that back in town, but I didn't want to say anything.
You're too nice, Astrid.
Thanks, I try.
Right. Wait, where are we right now?
Dragon's
We're in the
Horde?
Dragon's Horde.
Dragon's Horde. Okay.
So it'll
I
take,
still
I think,
want to
about
do
10
what's
minutes
in
to
the book.
cast the ritual.
And who's casting it again?
Karen.
Okay. Well,
So Karen's doing a detect magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't guess we really need to be here for that. I'm gonna go to Grand Attire, unless that's like burned down or something. Just see what's in the building.
The fire.
It's 2 over from Dragon's
over.
Horde.
Okay, Grand Attire. Okay, so Melody's.
Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did my thing crap out of me
Yeah,
again?
it keeps
Yeah,
cutting
it's-
out.
Oh, I swear to God, what was it? You're going over there on Melody's going over there?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to check and see what's going on. Okay. So Melody makes her way over to, the store, a couple stores down, and you see that the sign above the store reads Grand Attire. You manage to kind of wipe away a bit of the grime that's on the outside of the window side, and you can see that the shelves inside are weighed down by moldy clothes, gloves, and hats. Are you entering?
Yeah. I'll go ahead.
Okay. So you push open the door, and as you...
You cut out.
Oh, God damn it. As you open up, you hear the sound of tinkle, 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 as a bell that is mounted above the door is tapped by the door. And you kind of step in and you kind of look back up at the bell. And you hear this unexpected voice call out, "Greetings and welcome to the Grand Attire." And you look around and you don't see anybody. There's, like I said, there's like really nothing in this store except these shelves that are just filled with like, moldy clothes and like just coated in dust. And like off to one side, there's like this one suit of armor that is just standing there. And, it's looking a little bit rusty. But you kind of like, you scan and you hear the voice again. Is there anything I can help you find, sir? Man.
Uh, what's what's in the store? What do you have that's even available at all?
Well, we have only the finest of goods in all of the land. You must surely have. And as this voice gets to talk, you are able to kind of zero in. And actually, as you zero in, the source of this voice becomes very apparent as that suit of armor begins to walk towards you, holding out a moldy coat. I think this would look lovely with your coloring. Oh, it complements your eyes beautifully. Won't you try it? Our spitting rooms are right over here.
You
Oh,
said this is a moldy coat?
It's like this moldy coat. It's like everything else is like, and he's like, "Oh, you don't like this? Well, let's try this." And he yanks this dress that is in tatters off a rack that's just to the side, and continues to come towards you, holding it out. Which do you like? Is there anything I can help you find? And it's unsettling.
Suddenly, all of the clothes and hangers and stuff start singing "Be Our
Yeah,
Guest" in a minor key.
it sounds more like a funeral word.
It's like those, it's like a broken record player.
Essentially.
I'll this is a robot, or what is speaking to me?
A
A
knight.
suit of armor.
A
It's
suit of armor.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is probably haunted by someone who has not seen a customer in well over a millennia. I'll go ahead and humor it and just, like, try on what it holds up to me, like the coat that it grabbed first.
Excellent choice. Purple is very much the in thing this year in Metro. I think it would look lovely on you. Please try it on. Right this way. And he like gestures towards like the back of the room, and like at the back of the space, you can see like a pair of small cubbies that you can tell would be normally
Oh,
like changing rooms, except
What
that
the hell?
the
Amber
current
Alert.
Oh,
Oh, I thought that was in the background music.
yeah, that scared the crap out of me.
It's actually in Knoxville.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Gold Ford Explorer.
Okay.
I'll be on the lookout.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see that like these cubbies that are quite obviously changing room, but the curtains that would offer the privacy have walks into the way. Yeah, it is like he tries, the suit of armor tries to gesture towards the changing room to try on the new frock. Yeah, what do you want to do?
I guess I'll just go down the line. I'll try on whatever it shows me.
So yeah, I mean it's like okay. So the robe that it initially handed you, you took that, right? You went to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you go to take this garment from the armor, the second your hand touches it and you hold it, it literally falls apart in your hand. Like it just like where you're holding it, the rest of it just kind of falls away in tatters onto the floor. And the armor just kind of goes over and like very exaggerated, like looks down on it, like, oh my, how did that happen? Oh, this is not the quality we expect in the Grand Attire. Please, we'll find you something else. Right this way, right this way. And it turns and it starts going towards another shelf or rack.
Alrighty.
Continue with him, or it rather.
I mean, I'll go ahead and try to continue some. While it's like looking at Rax, though, I'm going to go ahead and like check out some of the clothes myself just to see if I can find one that doesn't fall apart.
Okay. So I would say, well, since you specified something that you're looking for, investigation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you spend a few minutes kind of like going through like all the racks while the Sunabon is kind of like busily pouring through a selection towards the back of the store. Everything that is right in the immediate vicinity, you kind of read through the thing. Like every time you touch something, it like falls apart, or you move something else, and this cloud of dust just kind of like bursts into the air, or a a bunch of moths just kind of go fluttering out of it. You are fairly certain that there is nothing in this store that is not completely ruined. Like there's nothing here.
I will. My investigation's not very great. The suit of armor probably knows. Maybe they have. I don't want to be that customer, but maybe they have something in the back that's like been in a box since the store opened. I'll look at the suit of armor and be like, much as I would like to browse and peruse what you have on offer, I doubt my party members would be very satisfied to have me walk back in nothing. Is there anything that's like in a container sealed away that may not have suffered the weather that's come through the front door?
So the suit of armor, like it's stops its kind of searching for searching through its the goods that are there, and like turned around and it's holding like what 3 or 4 dresses on each arm, and like each one is a bigger mess than the one before it. And he's like, certainly not. All of our best stock is already out on the floor. We don't keep anything in the back. What kind of establishment do you take us for? What can we find you? What can we help you find? What would you like today? And it's like it starts to come towards you with these dresses, like not threateningly, but very kind of like, join us, that type of thing. It's just, surely I have something that would fit you. Look at this one. Look at this one. Yeah. Just wants to sell you a dress. Wants to sell you something.
I'll just go through and see if any of them don't fall apart. Like even if it's tattered or something, I'll just see.
Okay. So of what he's holding out to you, there is one dress that is probably a bit less tattered than the rest of them.
It just occurred to me, but you're probably describing the dress that answers this question. But is there anything that I could possibly mend?
Actually, yeah. So the dress that I'm actually said it in better shape. Still not, this is, oh God, the best way to describe it is this is a garment that has probably been in the thrift bin more than once. It's worn, it's a little shabby, but compared to everything else that you have been shown already, it is the most intact and potentially could be mended in some way to make it a functioning garment that could be used somewhere down the line. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I guess I will try that one then.
Okay. So you take the the dress from him. You see that it is a shade blue that has faded considerably. It's also kind of like a fairly sizable water stain on the bodice. But this one, so far, when you take it from him, does not fall apart in your hands. So it does have potential.
Right.
I mean, you can try it on, or you can just make the purchase or whatever you want to do.
I will. I'll try it on.
Okay.
And see if I get cursed in the process.
Okay. So you make your way to the.
You cut out.
Oh, do you make your way to the changing room in the back, or you change the?
I'll just change as is, I guess.
Okay.
Fine.
So, so you begin to go over and just taking off that, and as you do so, the armor goes over. Mando, what are you doing? And it's like if a suit of armor could turn red, totally could sense that. Like its face would have turned beet red at this point. It's like, well, if you must do that here, well, he turn around, and he turns around because most undignified. And as he does so, and its back is facing you, and as you continue to dress, you can just hear him muttering, "Well, I never. This is so disgraceful. Oh, what would my mother say?" Or they're just kind of muttering like all this shit. It's just going off about like very C-3PO, just completely losing his shit that somebody dared to dress in the middle of.
Right.
So you managed to take off as much as you desire to go over and try out this dress, and surprisingly enough, it fits very well. It clings in all the right places. It really shows off the girls very nicely. You think that yeah, if you spent a little bit of time, this could be a very nice addition to your wardrobe.
Alright. I will go ahead and take this one, I guess.
Okay. It's like so. You take off the dress. You get yourself back to dressed it back up in armor, and you let him know that you're going to take it. So the armor kind of turns back around. It's like, it's the good choice, madam. That color will look great with your complexion. Right this way, my dear. Right this way. And he kind of brings you to the remnants of a wooden desk with a box on it. And there is this moldy sheaf of paper that you can see that are kind of like like order forms and stuff like that, and grabs a quill with and a dry bottle of ink and kind of dips it in and tries to write, and nothing's coming out, and it like keeps dipping it into the ink and nothing's happening. It's like, oh bother, this is not going to work at all. And he like just kind of starts gouging into the paper with the quill just to make enough of a mark that he can record the sale of this dress. And he says, let's see now with Theron Jackson. And he's using like this adding machine that's nearby, and okay, Jackson and manufacturer's fees. That will be a total of 350 gold. Would that be on your credit, or would that be coin?
Just say credit. And then
Uh,
don't pay back. Wink, wink.
I'll pay in coin.
No, deceive him.
What's
So, yeah,
that? 300 gold?
350 gold.
How much is a platinum worth?
It's worth 10 gold.
Oh, I might not have enough then. Oh no, I do. I've got 50 platinum, so I have 500 gold.
Oh, okay.
How do you have 50 platinum?
Yeah. Because at some point we all got a bunch of money. Over the course of the campaign, I've just held on to all the money we've gotten. So I have 50
We're
platinum
all
pieces.
standing here, aren't we? Are
No.
we all at the store?
The rest of you are all with Karen as she's doing her.
Otherwise, I would have taken the changing room.
Since we're splitting up, I wanted to go to Carpet Realm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I only have
Johnny, that-
64 gold. I didn't get any platinum.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
should have.
I don't remember why you have. I don't know.
I just know that I have this, and I know that it's legitimate. I just don't remember where I got it.
It was from the discount that we got for the train tickets.
Oh yeah.
We split
That's
the
true.
extra.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I think you guys had gotten.
I don't think we split the extra. I think I just took the extra.
Because I have 10 platinum too.
Okay, everybody
Oh.
should have gotten 10 platinum, so you've only got 10 platinum.
Well, no, I have 50 legitimately. I just don't know how.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how either, because like you would have started with whatever starting, and I think you have
Okay.
more.
In that
gold
case, I
here.
guess I'll just tell him to put it on my credit.
He said-
Whatever
Oh,
that is, because I don't think we have credit cards.
So I'm making this shit up as I go. Says he's like, oh, very well, madam. And what would the name be under?
Just put. What's my goddess's name?
Say Killian.
Valina. Valina.
Hope she doesn't mind.
I'm sure she won't mind. She's probably richer than we are.
Oh, you mean Arroway? Arroway's your deity.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that, I guess.
Okay.
I didn't know if we were doing that as the deity or if we were doing, like, make up a deity with those kind of mindset.
Well, no, it would be deities within Eberron. Try to
Yeah,
not
okay.
mix things up too much. So Arroway is actually a hot. So, so I would say, he's like, Arroway. That name sounds familiar. And he goes over and he reaches under. Well, he reaches into the remnants of this desk and he pulls out what looks basically like kind of like a card catalog or Rolodex or something like that, and starts weaving through it. And you have no idea what he's leafing through because there is like it's just tatters. It's just like this, the paper is swollen and like falling apart. And every page he turns, it like just falls out of the thing. And he gets to the front with the A's and everything like that. I'm most embarrassed, madam. I do not seem to have that name on file. If you'd like, you can open up a credit with our store. It'll save you 10%.
Sure.
So he goes through and he gets the form and he pulls a form out, and places it on the thing, and he pushes the quill and the bottle of dried ink, and he says, "You may need to press down. The pen is just not working well today. I don't know what's going on."
Okay.
Poor thing.
Do I have anything on me that works as a pen or tool?
You could just spit in the inkwell and see if that works well enough.
Cast mending on Inkwell?
I have alchemist's fire.
Punch the place.
An hourglass. I have smith's tools. No, I guess I don't really have mending on the inkwell. That wouldn't work, I imagine.
No, not likely.
Alright.
With so many choices on Booking.com, there
Can
are
you
so
write
many.
with a potion of clairvoyance?
Ooh.
Do you want to use it with that?
Well, I
Wow.
don't know what it does, but it would also only use like a few drops, so it's not like I lose the potion.
I mean, you could give it a try.
Uh,
It's a yellow liquid with an eyeball in it. I don't think it'll appear very well.
mm,
Maybe
maybe.
pour a little
Okay,
bit
maybe I
into
will
the
just
inkwell.
try to. Maybe I'll just. Yeah, I guess that could work. I'll pour a little bit of a few drops of the potion of clairvoyance in the inkwell, see if I can't liquidate the ink some.
I still think you ought to just spit in it.
All right, so you go over and use drops potion of clairvoyance, and you get enough in there where you can see that it's kind of sitting on the top of the dried layer of ink that's at the bottom of the ink bottle. Um, and you use the tip of the quill to kind of like scrape it around to try and see if you can, scrape up enough of the ink into a bit of a powder that can then be dampened by the potion, the liquid from the potion, to kind
Right.
of get enough of an ink that is serviceable. And it takes you a couple minutes, but you do eventually manage to get enough kind of mixed up together to make a very thick, um, maybe not a flowing ink, but more of a almost a paint.
This is about to be a very intuitive quill
Right.
pen.
It's gonna be that one from Harry Potter that just floats around.
And yeah, so with this paint, you can fill out the parts of the form that are legible enough to you. And
Right.
actually, while you fill out the form, the suit of armor has moved to another table that is in slightly better shape and has begun to fold the dress into a smaller uh, parcel, wrap it up in uh, soggy paper, and tie it with a frayed, rotten piece of twine before taking it and dropping it into a cardboard box that is like a strong breath away from falling apart. Um, and as you finish up the form, he places it down on the counter next to you and takes the form from you and looks it over. And it's like, well, this seems like it's all in order. We shall go over and put you on file. Payment on this garment is expected in the next 3 weeks, or you will go into collections. And believe me, that is not something you wish, especially for someone with such fine taste as yourself, madam. So do be prompt with your payment. But we here at Grand Attire do hope that you enjoy your new dress. Thank you for shopping with Grand Attire. Have a good day.
What's the return policy on this?
You break it, you bought it. You break it, you bought it.
Does it come with a warranty?
No. All right. Anything else?
No, I guess that's it.
All right. So you begin to leave Grand Attire to head back.
Check the
toward-
pockets.
Oh, well, it's all tired. It's all bundled up, so it's inside. All right. So, excuse me. As Melody is heading back to the Dragon's Hoard, at the same time that Melody had gone over to Grand Attire, Donnie was heading over to the Carpet Realm.
Did you say something to me?
I'm sorry. That's it. That tears it. I'm getting a new one. While
No,
Melody,
we could hear you. He just zoned out.
oh,
I didn't zone out. I accidentally unplugged my headphones.
Oh,
while Melody was over at Grand Attire, you were going over to Carpet Place, right?
Yes.
Carpet Realm. Okay. So let us see
where they
what's going
sell
on.
fine wigs and merkins.
Hopefully.
So you kind of got bored watching Karen do her thing, and with Melody while doing
And I was
her thing.
certain to let her know just how boring she was, by the way.
Wow, I'm so bored. Boring. And Tiny goes over and stomps out a way, and sees that across the main hallway there is another store. That above it there is a sign that reads Carpet Realm. And he goes over and you look through the window and you can see rugs and carpets stretching back far into the gloom. Um, Disturbingly, there's something else that you notice, and you begin to realize that this is probably where that odor has been coming from, because in the middle of this floor, you can see the corpse of a human scavenger sprawled near the entrance.
Oh boy.
Oh,
That doesn't sound very kosher.
okay. I want to inspect the body.
Okay, so you need to enter into this. Um, I'm gonna say, do me a favor. Give me a medicine check.
Okay.
Um, yeah, you can't really tell too much about the body from, like from where you can see him at the window. Except I will say, oddly enough, you do not see any obvious means of injury. Like you don't see any blood, you don't see like any wounds on the body. It's just a dead body.
I
Uh,
don't see anything other than carpets.
you just see carpets. Actually, excuse me, like right where the body is. Like I said, it's kind of like
Is
maybe
the
about.
body face down or face up?
Uh,
Does it matter?
Body is exactly the way it means to be.
He's a wizard.
don't think it doesn't say whether it's face up or face down. I'm gonna say, well, the fact that you can tell that it's a human, I'm gonna say that's probably face up.
Okay.
Okay. So excuse me. The body is kind of kind of close to the entrance. It's not like like right in front of the door or anything.
Oh, but if
Where you
it
can
smells really bad, it's probably rotting for a
well
long
the
time.
door the door is partially open. You are what was I gonna say? Uh the door is like ajar, slightly open. The body I would probably say maybe like between 5 and 10 feet away from the door, and there's rugs and carpets, some up on shelves. Some of them are hanging like rails, kind of as in like display pieces. As a matter of fact, there is a particularly lovely rug that is draped over a rail that is kind of along the wall that's close to the entrance. Um, but yeah, it's like it's just a carpet store. All right. So what is it you're doing?
Well, I want to walk into the carpet store.
Okay, so you enter the store, and as you push open the door, enter that odor that's kind of right. Doesn't really increase. It's still there, but it doesn't increase in strength as you would have expected it to. Being this much closer to it.
If the door was ajar, I guess it's been well ventilated. Um, I want to inspect the body closer. Maybe
Okay.
check it for wounds.
Okay. So you body up and second. I got too much shit open on my screen here. Da, 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 da.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Just bear with
Okay.
me a second. I'm doing some upkeep here.
There's a bear with you?
Yeah. Rat. Okay. So you enter the shop, and why is there only 3 people?
In the shop?
Well, I'm only showing 3 people that haven't gotten the map. See, Astrid, Melody, and Donnie.
Mine is still.
Oh,
No.
still loading.
Yeah.
There you are. Okay. I don't know why it took so. All right. So you enter shop to push the body, and as you stoop down to get a closer look at the corpse, you hear a noise behind you. And as you kind of like, startled by the noise, are suddenly, I don't know how to do this. Um, Second. Okay. You're startled by this noise behind you, and as you like stand up and you spin around, you notice as that very fine rug that was hanging on that rail has, of its own volition, hovered into the air and tried to wrap itself around you, but you
Oh.
managed to duck out of the way. Um, Roll initiative.
What is it?
Oh God. I'm alone.
This is just
No,
this
we
is just
split up.
Donnie, by the way. This is just Donnie for.
But what was trying to wrap around him?
The magic
carpet?
carpet.
Okay, so the rug goes first.
I'm gonna
Try it
befriend
again.
this rug.
All right, so it is going to try and grab you. It lunges at you again, tries to grab you, and hits you. And you are grappled. And now I'm gonna go find this damn thing and find out what it does. I have never dealt with one of these.
You've fought one, if it is what I think it is. Wait, nope, never mind. Wrong campaign.
Okay. So you are now grappled.
Yay.
Okay. Which means you are restrained. And okay, so you are now wrapped. Carpet has wrapped itself around. You can try to escape, or you can try to attack it.
I want to try. Would it be possible to try to stab it from the inside with my dagger?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try that then.
Okay.
How do I roll this? With disadvantage, or does it matter?
It does not. Grapple doesn't do anything. The restraint just means that you can't move. I don't think it's an advantage or disadvantage.
Okay. How do I target this carpet?
Oh, you know what? It would help if I actually. No. That. Here we go. Okay, get ready. Close you. There we you doing over there? There we go.
I see 2.
No, you only see one. Oh, son of a bitch.
Okay, I can target it in combat tracker.
Hey, well, I just dropped it down there. I
Yeah.
don't know what happened.
Oh.
Oh, I guess you. Oh, I guess the base that archery to rate. Grapple history. Huh. I don't know why it would be at disadvantage. Did
Because
you?
I'm grappled?
Well, no, grappled shouldn't go for a. I don't think it does disadvantage, does it? You know better than me.
I'm sorry, I was reading something. What?
Does grapple impose a disadvantage? I didn't think it did.
I don't think so.
I'm wondering, did you use the ranged, the thrown dagger or the melee dagger?
No, I used the melee one.
Huh.
Did you still have your disadvantage selected from when we were doing survivals?
No.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah.
1 second. Grappled. A grappled creature's speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. The condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or
I just
grappling
went over.
effect.
Yes, a successful grapple in Dungeons and Dragons imposes a disadvantage on the target's attack roll against any target other than the grappler. Oh, no. Okay, so then it should have a disadvantage.
Yeah, this doesn't say anything about disadvantage.
Yeah. Try it again, Donnie. See if that.
Well, do you just want to try to manually apply the 7 to see if that hits? The 7 plus 6?
7 plus 6, 13. 13 would hit it.
Okay. I'll go ahead and
Okay.
roll it.
Don't roll it on it.
You don't want me to target it?
Don't target it for the roll because I think there was. Okay, I got too much stuff going on here. Damn it, where did it go? Like I said, I have too much stuff open. I don't know where everything goes. Okay. Okay, while it is grappling a creature, the rug takes half the damage. Oh. Okay, no, you can. If anybody else goes attacks, half of it goes to the rug, half of it to you.
Oh.
Yeah. But I think while you're inside, you can do the full damage to it. At least that's how I'm reading it. So you can roll the damage directly. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, I didn't, but here it
Okay.
is.
Good enough. I can drop that on it. At least I thought I could. Go. Okay. All right. And okay. So the rug of smothering rug is going to constrict just a bit to try and do. Okay, and the rug can't smother. In addition, at the start of each of the target's turns, the target takes 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
What?
Yeah, it's 2d6 plus 3. That's the average 10. see how this works. Yeah, let's just go with the 10. Okay. So Donnie, you're going to take 10 points of damage. Oh, no.
Oh man.
All right. And I'm going to say, Melody, do me a favor. Roll me a perception check. Okay, good. So, Donnie, go ahead and do your turn.
Hmm. Sorry, I'm looking through my actions to see what I can do. Is this creature immune to being charmed? Would I be able to put it to sleep?
Let me seriously doubt it, but let's find out.
I don't have opponents.
Condition immunity. Blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, and poisoned. So yes, it's immune to being charmed.
Okay. I'm wondering, would I be able to use prestidigitation to set it on fire?
No.
No, and not something that you would want to do.
Right.
Because
Well, I was wondering if fire would scare it enough to let go of me.
no, because it has no
Because it has what?
intelligence. So it doesn't have the capacity or ability to be able to say fire bad.
Oh, okay.
It's dumb.
I guess I don't have a choice. I'll try stabbing it again.
Okay. I don't know why it's giving you a disadvantage, but it's a hit. Oh, either way, it's a hit. Good hit. Good hit. All right. So you go over and manage to go kind of scratch the rug just a little bit. But your hands are still pretty much like you're bound to your side. While you do this, Melody, as you are heading back towards the rest of the group at the Dragon's Horde, you see motion out of the corner of your eye as you're starting to pass the carpet place, and you see this rolled up carpet shifting in the middle of the standing upright, shifting in the middle of the floor. And as you're kind of staring at it, kind of puzzled, you see the tip of a dagger emerge from the center, from within the carpet.
Okay.
And how do you react to that?
I'll probably... I guess... Do I recognize the dagger as being... Donnie's?
I would probably say you are fairly certain that it's somebody. It's somebody at least, but I would say that you probably would have recognized Donnie's dagger.
It's probably clean. It's probably the best looking dagger around.
Yes, the best daggers.
Given the circumstances, so you're probably suspicious of how clean and,
I
new
have
it
the
looks.
best dagger.
Exactly.
Nobody does daggers better than I
Another
do.
me.
Okay. I guess I'll call out to the others and be like, hey, Donnie's getting attacked by a carpet? I think.
I'm probably just gonna roll my
I like-
eyes and be like, yeah, do we always need an update every time Donnie does something?
Oh, no. All right. So at that point, making that announcement, I would probably say because Karen is like deep into her ritual, she's probably maybe about half to maybe of the way through. She's got to continue that. So Melody, Astrid, and Killian, you can roll initiatives and join the combat.
I don't know why it rolled 2.
Well, that would have been 18 plus 2, so it's 20.
So yeah, we'll take the 20.
But you could still get disadvantage too.
I think it had carried over from before. I'm
Honestly,
pretty sure. Because when I re-rolled it, it didn't have disadvantage.
Still don't understand why. Whatever. So. Okay, so I will. Yeah, you know what? We'll just go with Killian and Astrid are far enough away, so they'll need to move into position.
On our turns.
Yeah. Well, it's your turn now.
Do you know what's really fun?
Okay.
Making a website on
Roll
with.
initiative too.
Hey, we're
you
How
should've-
Ridiculous, 3 childhood friends and digital
everybody
content
but,
creators that
Karen.
do epic stuff from Perth, Australia.
We've got about 50 million followers.
Ritual.
We're in the billions of views. And we're a small team.
Okay,
We
you know
always
you're
felt like
moving
our
into the
content
wall,
was all about entertainment
No.
and being fun.
That's the doors,
but there was
isn't it?
also this, sort of professional business side.
No,
One of the
doors
things that we
is
knew was
here.
basically essential was getting our own website, so people would actually see a proper
Oh, that's a
official
window.
group who mean business
Yep.
and who can deliver. And
Is
we
the
now
window
get
open? Can I jump through
unbelievable
it?
opportunities to do
The
things.
window is not open, but the door is. I opened the door for you.
Thank you, God.
Can we see through the window? Like, is it clear?
I'm dying. Can you just come in here?
Come save me.
I have 6 health points left.
So you're gonna dive through the window anyway.
I was gonna Misty Step. If I could see through the window.
I mean, it was kind of grubby. Probably see through.
That'll get me there to Misty Step. And... Well, shit. That should be 35, I think.
Alright, so that was your bonus and your movement, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, it's yeah, bonus and movement, sorry. I'm sorry, Donnie.
That's gonna hurt.
Okay, so. Okay, so
Well-
actually, that's half to.
Yeah.
I survived.
Drink your
Yeah.
potion on your turn.
My hands are bound.
If you got enough to get your dagger out, you maybe have enough to do that.
That's true.
Okay. Actually, I didn't see that Astrid. Okay, go to Melody. All right.
How about that? Shooting a rug is going to make a difference.
I cannot take any more damage.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
you can. You just
I
wouldn't
do
be
not want to
conscious.
take any more damage.
So I mean, it's
Well, the alternative, it's either I shoot it with a magic bullet, Or I throw a flask of alchemist fire in and burn both of you alive.
I don't think the
So-
fire would be a good idea.
I think we're just going to go with a bullet.
Aim for a non-vital location.
I missed.
Does that include your +1?
Oh, no.
Can't you just run up to it and try to tickle it or something?
Though I doubt a 7 hits.
Oh.
So... onto the rug.
My dear.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Donnie.
Did you know that
Oh, swear to God, I hate YouTube.
Let's do the 10. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Donnie is like almost dead. Like one more point.
He was almost dead. It
Alright.
shows that he's unconscious and prone now.
Well, he's almost dead. As in, he is almost negative.
Ah.
Right, he's got one more point before he's like dead.
Astrid. Come on. Your turn.
Okay,
Can't you try to pull it off with me or something?
I want to try. I want to. Let me get out here. What's my speed? 35? Or 30?
30, I think.
I have to use the bathroom.
Yeah, 30.
I'll be back.
Okay. Can I use my attack to go farther? Can I take another action and just move forward?
Yes,
So
that's a dash.
yeah, you can dash, use your actions and as another. Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay. Hang on.
Dang it.
There we go. Okay. Right. Sorry, Melody, I'm in your way.
Mm-hmm.
And is there anything else I can do? Can I not try to wrangle it off of him?
Not really, because she had a bonus or something that you could use. But I don't think there'd be anything that you could do about getting it off of him.
I have an idea for my turn.
Okay.
Actually, hold on one quick second. I'll check something. Okay, so with Donnie, as Donnie's body within the rug goes limp, the rug loosens and Donnie tumbles to the ground. And as you can see, he looks to be dead. The rug is now kind of standing there freeform, prepared to attack the next closest person. So right now, it is not a danger. It's not a danger to Donnie, I should say.
Okay.
Is Donnie dead?
Not
Bleeding out.
bleeding out. Like you're about to start doing like death saves.
Oh,
Okay, so I don't know if it does it automatically. I'm gonna scroll to the next one, and if it doesn't do anything, okay. So I'm gonna go back up to you. All right, so I think it's on your front page of your sheets, where it says death phase on the bottom. Just click on the die. All right, good. One save, so you can tick that off. Okay. And move on to Killian.
So I'm going to grab the potion of healing that I bought and shove it down Donnie's throat.
Okay.
So 10 points of healing.
Thank goodness.
And are we saying that's a standard or a bonus?
That's I believe a bonus.
Okay. Then for my standard, I will swing. Karen's still doing some wuju.
So it's 10 from 0 or 10?
Yes, 10 from 0.
All right.
So he would
have
be
10.
back at 10.
Okay, so he would only have. So he would actually be only 6. Have 6 weeks left. I think I did that right.
Yes.
Whatever. Okay. So yeah, we're at the top of the order with Melody. And as Killian goes over and pours the potion down Donnie's throat, Donnie comes to, sits upright, coughing and gasping and wheezing. All right.
Let me. I'm modifying my bonus to evolve. There we go. Wow, okay, great. Well. Now the rogue gets to kill Donnie again.
I think it's.
You had better not
targeting
let
me.
it.
So Donnie is actually still, it would be prone. Actually, let me get rid of grappled, restrained, and conscious. He's still prone. Okay. And yeah, it is actually try to attack Killian and wrap around Killian.
Really?
and hits. And Killian is now
Actually,
grappled.
I'm going to. No, I won't. Never mind.
And restrained. Okay. All right.
I'm going to go around here.
The rug is looking really tattered now.
Before I do that, I want to try something, but I don't know if it's going to hit Killian.
That's all right. He can take it.
Oh wait, what? Huh?
What?
Okay, it's a line, so it's not a cone. So what I'm actually going to do is...
Keep in mind, it's more like this.
Oh god.
Oh dear. Oh yeah, I see the problem. But maybe I won't do that. What do I have? I don't have a dagger. But it's already got like this hole in it, I guess.
Well, yeah. So Donnie had, kind of stuck his knife through it, but because it had rewrapped it around Killian. The shape of Killian's body is different than Donnie's, so that hole is not going to be the same. It's going to be kind of like displaced. So it's a little bit more difficult to find the hole that Donnie had made.
Can I look around the room and see if there's anything else in here?
There's just a bunch more rugs. Whether or not any of them will act like this, we have no idea.
I guess. What's hand to hand?
Unarmed?
Like,
The unarmed attack?
yeah.
Do you have an entry for that? Probably not.
I don't.
So I
It
think
would be a
unarmed-
D20 plus your Dex or Strength mod.
I think it's the strength mod.
Okay. Can I try to rip it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Okay, so I'm thinking as like an it's probably not necessarily an unarmed attack. It's probably a contested strength roll. Alright, so I would probably say just roll a d20 and add your strength modifier, and I will do the same. Donnie. That. Alright, so you grab onto the edge and you pull, but the rug goes over and shifts and yanks itself out of your hands. Unfortunately, did not work. Continues to within Killian's kind of like moving around trying to get out. But is not able to. Anything else?
I guess not. I don't like trying to cure wounds on Donnie's an action, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be an action, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so Donnie, you are still prone, but you are free and have some breath in your lungs again.
So is it possible to stand up and attack it?
You take off your movement to stand up, and yes, you can.
Okay, I will stand up and attack it. I guess.
And it was something hard.
I'm not. I shouldn't make that joke in front of my siblings.
I was thinking it anyway.
What's my health points? I still have 6. Since it doesn't have intelligence, I guess Vicious Mockery wouldn't work on it. Okay, I'll just, since I'm right here. It has Killian.
Right. He's a strong, healthy bike. Totally take it.
Goodness. Okay, I'll just try to slash it.
Why are you still rolling at disadvantage?
I have no idea.
Oh,
because
you're
still
prone.
prone.
As you prone. Hold on.
It hit anyway.
Okay, yeah, it did. You know what? But roll it. I was gonna say roll it again. Just
You want me to?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Still good hit. So it was 6 points. So
Yeah.
actually, I'm gonna take 3 of that away from the rug and give 3 of that to Killian. Okay. Alright, and Killian, you are inside.
I want to try an escape check.
Okay. I'm gonna open this thing up again.
It's athletics, right?
Guessing. Yeah. I'm just gonna DC. It just says escape. So.
Boo!
Yeah, you're not getting out. So your escape check, that's your action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is she finally done casting her ritual?
She is close, but not close.
Stupid bitch.
See if I can hit it this time.
Not her fault. Everybody decided to go wandering off.
Oh, I hit it.
Okay. So it's actually only 4. Actually, it might still be enough. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's enough. But Killian also takes 4. Okay. Just give me a second. Oh, okay, no, she don't. Okay. Alright, so as you fire at the rug, the bullet goes over and passes through it. Cuts across Killian's shoulders. Killian lets out a scream of pain as the carpet finally lets go. The magic in it spent, and it falls away from Killian, spilling Killian out onto the floor. Killian breathes in this deep gasp and begins to cough as he's gaining his breath back. And yeah.
Okay.
You guys okay?
No.
No.
So,
Yeah.
My feelings are hurt.
so I'm going to say that as
My chest
carpet
kind of
going
hurts.
away and you're starting to check it out,
My
the rest
legs
of
will
you
start giving out.
actually notice the body on the floor. And yeah, so yeah, you all notice the body that is nearby to where the rug has fallen. As a matter of fact, like part of it has kind of covered the upper part of the corpse, and which is why it took you like a second to realize that there was a body there. And then of course Donnie remembers why he came into the place. So
Okay.
Do we
What are you
think
guys
this
doing?
is a good stopping point?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is 8:50.
Yeah. Okay. Fight with rug. Okay. So next week we will pick up with Charon's ritual being completed, and with the corpse there. So let's not forget the corpse.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good game, guys. This was fun. I liked the. I think I especially liked the grand attire interaction.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was kind of fun.
Good.
Oh yeah, the Grand Attire interaction was fun.
Oh.
I liked that one.
Nobody nearly died in that one.
Ooh.
I'm gonna nearly die.